I think this skill makes Japanese people very responsible and very reliable because it is not good to live only with today's life. You have to be ready for tomorrow, right? It's so into Japanese drama now. Tokyo Swindlers, and just now I am watching the Vivant, which is amazing. Like every episode is a masterpiece.
皆さん、テリチャンネルのテリです。
なのです。
いつも動画を見てくれてありがとう。今日はですね、私たちは日本人と働いたことがあります。そして2人とも日本人と結婚しているので、今一緒に生活しています。そこで分かった日本人の特殊能力について話したいと思います。By the way、最近何を勉強しているか、なんか言葉が覚えてますか？
今私の英語のレベル、
英語？
日本語のレベル N5 です。So basic, simple daily 話すことができると思います。
それも結構いいですね。Did you learn some specific words lately?
I was struggling to remember this word. 独
身はシングルですね。でもあなたは独身の思い必要ないよ。結婚してるから。なんかこれで思い出した今、私は学校で勉強した時に、私の一人のクラスメイトと結構仲良くでした。そして大きくなる時にもそうになりました。そして私のクラスメイトは今ネイルサロンで働いています。と、いつもなんかネイルのデザインを見せたら、彼女のリアクションはいつもこうになってるよ。なんか、いやー、何それ、不採用、これやりたくないってずっとそう言ってます。そして私もなんか恥ずかしくて、まあいいよ、じゃあそれだったらちょっと変えますよ、デザイン。
It's very funny. It's not only about design. Like when I go in the hair salon and when I wanna cut hair, doesn't matter if she realizes that I've been to another stylist before her, she's always saying like, no, what is your hair? Like, how did they cut? Like, who was this unprofessional? And what is the most funny thing is that like after I got haircut from her, my hair was like like this was like longer and this was like shorter.
そうですよ。なんか特に私たちは日本でもナノが2回いたことあります。そして私は3回いたことあるので、なんかこうやってダイレクトリーは言わないですよね、日本人は。だからそれは it's very good point だと思います。When you are too much direct like we are in Georgia, it might ruin the relationships.
I think it's about the culture of expressing your feelings. It is mostly to respect another person's feeling for me, because it does not matter what they think, they express it with a very polite way. Otherwise, if you are not like this, you may cause a complex with your word in another person.
It's not only that they are doing this one in job, but in real life also they are like this. 私は日本でそんな強い経験はないんですけど、I heard from many people that, for example, you are in Japan and you show your like a partner's picture, the Japanese, and they don't like, they are not saying that, いや、この人不細やなとかそんなで言わないですよ。ただなんか、なんか優しそうな人ですねとかそういうやつ。I heard from many foreigners that it's very hard to communicate with Japanese people because they are hiding their real feelings. But I think there is a pretty deep meaning inside.
Well, what they act, it is not just holding your, how to express your deep emotions, but it is a very polite way and very different way of communication style. Japanese people are trying with communication and with talking like step by step to find something in common. This is a very peaceful and diplomatic way, I think. So I really appreciate this.
まあこれは好きな人も結構いると思いますし、そして好きじゃない人もいるかもしれないです。でも私たちから見たらとても好きなポイントですよ。I think this is a very specific topic, especially in our family. For example, when you are going any kind of party in Georgia, especially in the family situation, not in the restaurant. Even in our videos, I think many people noticed. 宴会がやってる時は、男たちだけが座っているよ。そして they are eating and drinking, and women are serving dishes, and then after men are finishing their job on the supra, a woman is coming, cleaning everything up, and after this everything is finished, woman woman is sitting and starting to eat and rest.
What I saw in Japan really was above my expectations. At first I saw how husbands are helping to their wives to take care of children and how this is normal for them. In Georgia, if you see that father is taking care of children and you say, oh my God, such a husband. It's so impressive for us, right? A few days ago, I went in the village and we had a big supra and I could not eat anything because all the supra was for men. It is a kind of tradition, mostly in villages already, but in cities too, and most of like statistics shows like this, that like a man is a leader and like a woman cooks, woman cleans, woman raises children. I am really happy that I don't live with this kind of life. Every time my friends visit us and they see my husband is cooking and I'm just relaxing and having talk with them, like
shocked. Shocked.
And when I see their shocked faces, I realize how blessed I am to live such a life. For example, I have male friends who has really great personality, but they simply doesn't know how to wash the dishes, how to turn on even the washing machine.
In Georgia, usually men doesn't know how to live without a woman. You know? 私は聞いたことあるよ。日本でなんか昭和エラの時代でジョージアと同じだったよ。日本もなんか男が働いて、そして女の子の仕事はなんかハウスワイフでした。でもなんかどんどん変わってきたよね。
There is one point, you know, I would understand if a man is working and has enough money to take care of the family. The more like in Georgia, sometimes you can find the families where men works but income is not enough at all, but he just does not let the wife work. I don't know why. I'm sure you would not even understand because you've never seen this kind of situation in your life, but believe me, this kind of stuff exists. I'm sure if you give us time, me and Eri will talk about Japanese people's skills like over and over again. Demo, what is amazing for me really is the creativity of Japan. At first, like they invent a lot of kind of stuff to be your hobby, to be your entertainment. And I really appreciate that. Just if you think about how many manga there is in Japan, how many dramas they have.
前は漫画とアニメの方がめっちゃ人気でしたよ。そしてドラマはちょっと弱いポイントだったけど、最近日本のドラマもとても人気になって、なんかずーっとこうやって上がってきました。
Don't talk, like I'm so into Japanese drama now, especially like my favorites are like Alice in Borderland. Like I'm really even today I'm waiting the next season to
Tokyo
release Tokyo Swindlers, and just now I am watching the Vivant, which is amazing. Like every episode is a masterpiece. I really have no idea how could they wrote this kind of script, and like actors are amazing and the story is mind-blowing. And Minasan, you need to watch it.
But creativity is not only in animes or in mangas or in dramas, because 日本のめちゃくちゃ大好きなポイントは、例えば一つの材料からいろいろ作れるよ。例えばお米からまあ普通にご飯も食べているし、お米から酒ができているし、also there is so many rice cakes and some snacks. そういうビーンズから醤油ができて、納豆ができて、なんかめちゃくちゃできているから、this one is mind-blowing for me to think about. Especially, I have a very big touch about Japanese kitchen because I'm cooking a lot of food and I'm always amazed that how many things they are doing only from one ingredient, especially rice. You know, rice からパンもできるよ。なんか
everything, even skincare.
Yes,
like hair.
Yes, everything. Yeah. So this one is really amazing. これはですね、本当にすごいですよ。For example, in Georgia, when I'm meeting my friends, when I'm speaking about Japanese people, first thing also they are thinking is that Japanese people looks very young compared to their age. Before, me and Tamara did some reaction video also about Japanese stars and some famous people. And there was a picture and me and Tamara were trying to guess how old they were. And we could not guess even one. Even one, because you can't believe believe there is some people who are 40 and 50 years old, but they look like 20 or even less. And everybody is so shocked about that. And while we started our lifestyle as a Japanese person, like we changed our lifestyle, our skin quality is getting much more better too. So
yeah. This is a very
impressive.
sensitive topic too, because in Georgia, the average life length for men 68 years old,
but
and
this is also very
stretched, right? In Georgia, if you are over 60, it is already considered that you are very old. I think it's because of a lifestyle thing.
And also, it's not only about, for example, face creams or this kind of stuff, because I know lots of people that, especially men, who are not using any kind of skincare, but their skin looks very good. For example, their sleep schedule is also very good. They are waking up very early, they are sleeping very early. All this onsen and food とか、そんな全部で、even you don't put some skin care on your face, your skin is not glowing. 私もそのライフスタイルが欲しいです。
ちょっと I'm worried.
Why?
I will look older after 10 years.
No, we kind of fast changed our lifestyle, so I think it's not going to be like that. 皆さんは多分ちょっとだけ知ってるけどもっと深く話しますよ。In Georgia, but especially people in our age and even more than that, their life doesn't exist without any loans. They are buying cars, phones, or houses from bank, and everybody is living like that because of so many reasons. And one more thing I want to mention is that during the COVID, it was very hard time, especially in Japan for people because when they lost job. But in Georgia, when here was lockdown and many people lost a job, Georgia's positive energy didn't change that all.
Everyone was happy.
そんな時の方がみんな嬉しかったよ to be honest. Everybody was going out riding bicycles because cars was not working. And like it was very strange to
like
be
you
honest,
you could not even imagine that there was some pandemic. Like
Yes,
you
yes.
would see that there was a national holiday, like everyone is out having fun.
そうでした。There is a very interesting fact about the Japanese people that when we are searching genes of the Japanese people, there is a sense of awareness on a very high level. And also, not only that, but in Japan there is lots of natural disasters, so people has some kind of constant worrying inside their body. So this awareness gives them to be careful in their life, much more careful. And this is also a good point, and some way it's a little bit bad point too, because constant worrying is not good for health, I mean. But for your life, I think it's pretty good because they are much more ready for their future. Yes,
I think this skill makes Japanese people very responsible and very reliable. I think it's very important to earn this skill inside of you, because it is not good to live only with today's life. You have to be ready for tomorrow, right? And Japanese people have this higher in their mind, so I really appreciate it.
Have you ever heard Japanese word 三角食べ? 三角, do you know what it means?
San I know, 食べ I know.
三角 is a triangle, you know? And the Japanese people eating is like a rotational. They are eating by order. And this is very good. And I will explain to you why.
I've never like noticed this, you know?
この言葉は確かに私も最近知りましたよ。なんか例えば最近はなんかジョージアの宴会について話しました。だからその例で話しますよ。ジョージアの宴会で食べるときは、例えば魚の料理があって、みんなこの魚を取って皿でその魚を全部食べて、その後は他のものを取って全部食べる。その後はだからこうやって続いてるよね。でも日本でスープラじゃなくて普段も when they are eating they have at least 4 or 5 style of food ご飯以外に。そしてなんか一つのものをちょっとだけ食べて、その後は他の食べて他のライスとかそんな感じで、they are eating rotationally, and this is very good for health and for a balance also.
We have friends from all over the world, really, but I've never heard from any one of them this style of eating. I think it must be very healthy for the body.
Yes, I want to get to use this one, to be honest, but I'm 23 years growing up in Georgia, so to be honest, it's very hard because until today I'm like that, you know. I'm typically Georgian, eating one food and then a different food after I finish our Japan. Their food rationing is also very good. ご飯に合う食べ物ですよ, you know. でも in Georgia, like we don't have that kind of style of eating too because we are eating one food 3 days, same food, for example. これで why Japanese people are very healthy also is that thing, as I mentioned, 三角食べ。そして also they have lots of varieties of the food. Also enhanced flavor. In Japan, it might be a little bit not a good sample, but people are cooking with their mouths, you know, because they are eating varieties of the food and mixing it in their mouths, and that's how they are eating. So it's kind of cooking in your mouth. And これでバランシングしてるよ。そしてこの三角食べはいろんな問題でめっちゃ手伝うよ。例えばそのお腹痛みでとか、ダイジェスチョンとか。
Now I really realize why Japanese people don't leave any rice.
Because Japanese people, their mind automatically they are thinking that, for example, one piece of like 豚肉と一緒にはどれぐらいライスが食べたらいいのか。だからそうやってバランスしているけど、私たちは we had many times that when we were eating, we don't know how much rice should we eat with one bite of different food. And all this, like for example, 肉は食べてたけど、ライスはちょっと残ってたよ。それもあったよ。Because we don't know balance.
At this point, I find Japanese mind very attractive. This mind is very attractive to me.
We speak a lot about punctuality in our other videos too, so let's make it a little bit shorter this time. One thing is very funny that in Georgia that when somebody is late, 15 minutes doesn't count, you know, because everybody can be late 15 minutes at least in Georgia.
Yeah, for my friends it's 35 minutes. It's everywhere I go. I am always the first who arrives.
Yeah, our father is, I think, very good example of typical Georgians, how they are not all the time. Especially, we had many situations that we were on the road, for example, ちょっと出口のところで、そして村に行くときには、村にはあと5分で着くって言うんだけど、私たちはトゥビリシから出てなかったよ、そんな時だから。めっちゃあるよ、そんな。でも、everybody knows that in Japan, everything is on the time. This one is very good, because you don't lose time like this, you know.
This is very relaxing when you know that you are going somewhere and your transport will not be late.
And also in Georgia, there is many times that some shops is saying it's going to be open at 10 but it's opening at 1 p.m.
This is a norm in Georgia.
Yeah.
This is a fact that most of the skills, what we said, it's from the genes of Japanese people. And some of the skills are what they got from daily routine. And I think now we are starting more to learn Japanese lifestyle and to do so. You know why I feel very happy? Because I will take these skills from Japanese, and we have some good stuff for Georgian as a Georgians too. And I think this mixing culture, it will be more and more interesting.
ではということで今日は日本人のたくさん特殊能力について話しました。ということで今日のビデオはここまでです。最後まで見てくれてありがとう。次のビデオでお会いしましょう。またねー
Super Nano Luigi Super Nano, guarda che devi bere. Molto